English 121, Understanding Sources for Effective Research, from the Allen and Bacon Guide, pages 514 to 525. To be an effective researcher, you need to understand the differences among many kinds of sources. Different kinds of sources are found through different kinds of searches. For any particular research question, some kinds of sources are more useful than others. Knowing the differences among kinds of sources speeds your learning of search strategies, making you a more sophisticated and efficient researcher. And knowing what kind of source something is helps you analyze it rhetorically. To be an effective researcher, you must analyze the rhetorical qualities of your sources the way you would any other text, particularly the genre, publisher, author, and angle of vision. First, compare books to periodicals. Scholarly books have been peer-reviewed and are published by nonprofit academic presses. Scholarly journals, on the other hand, are also peer-reviewed, academic, and nonprofit publications that are subsidized by universities for disseminating high-level research and scholarship. However, they come out on a periodical basis, unlike books that are just published once. The process of peer review is a process by which scholarly manuscripts get chosen for a publication, involving an independent review by experienced scholars who judge the rigor and accuracy of the research and the significance and value of the argument. Compare these sources to their popular counterparts. Trade books are published by for-profit presses with the intention of making money. Public affairs magazines are published for profit through sales and ad revenues and are aimed at upscale professionals. Other kinds of periodicals include trade magazines, which are published for profit through sales and ad revenues focused on a profession or trade. News magazines, which are published for profit through sales and ad revenues and are typically published weekly, focusing on national news and issues. Popular magazines, which are published for profit through sales and ad revenues and focus on special interests of a target audience. And finally, websites, which are often published for profit through ad revenues and may be unedited or unreliable. To be an effective researcher, you must understand the advantages and disadvantages of different kinds of sources. Is Wikipedia a good source to use or not? Consider the differences between print and electronic sources. Print sources, to their credit, have stable content and generally go through an editorial review process, and they cost money to produce, which can be a downside. Electronic material, on the other hand, is much more easy to access. And periodicals and reference books are increasingly being published in electronic formats. However, much of what you can retrieve from a computer was originally published in print. If you download print material from an unfamiliar periodical, be aware that you may lose important contextual clues about the author's purpose and angle of vision. Keep these strategies in mind as you look at different sources throughout your research process.